Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. Hope you guys are having an amazing day and evening. My name is Ryan McCrary. I'm here with a great guest today. I'll introduce him in 1 second, but do me a favor, guys. If you watch this on replay, type replay down in the chat, type your name and where you are from. I love touching people from all over the world. That is a beautiful thing of the internet. If you're not leveraging the internet to make money, to get your message out, to get your voice out, whatever the case may be, you are doing yourself a disservice. So this is what we're talking about today. So today I'm joined with a great guest, my good brother out in Houston, Texas, Leotis Hightower. How you doing today, King?
Hey, thank you, King. Thank you very much, man. I'm doing great. Thank you for that amazing edification, brother.
Yo, absolutely. So before we even get to it, let people know a little bit of who you are, your background, and stuff like that.
Well, my name is Leotis Hightower from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Joined the military, did 2 decades in the military as a medic. Background, pretty much healthcare administration, served this country with going to many places from Bosnia all the way to Iraq, Macedonia, and got out and pretty much been an entrepreneur since I've been out. And it's been some reasons why I've been an entrepreneur. One is, been not able to find suitable employment. Even with a bachelor's and a master's degree, wasn't able to find suitable employment. So I got into the entrepreneurship, and it was kind of crazy the way I got into it, because I got into it just doing it, but I ended up meeting Dr. Boyce Watkins. And part of meeting Dr. Boyce Watkins, I met this great dude by the name of Andre. And because of Andre, I ended up starting my own notary company, and starting my own notary company was income coming in. Fast forward 2 years later, I ended up meeting this awesome man here, Mr. Ryan McCurry, who became my business coach. And since then, I've just been doing a whole lot of other entrepreneur things. And one of the other things I do is I have Houston CBD. So here in Houston, we got Houston's Notary, then we got Houston CBD. And with Houston CBD, what got me into the CBD game was because I was on a lot of opioids. When I left the military, I had a lot of medical issues as far as pain and dealing with cancer and all that. So got tired of being on them opioids because I wasn't able to function. I was here, but wasn't here. I was asleep all the time, tired, and was looking for another way. So I started researching CBD as well as cannabis. And then my girl, who had medical issues, lupus, she was suffering from lupus, and she was tired of being in pain. So one day, she said I would do anything to get rid of the pain. So we decided to go down to Honduras to see Dr. Sebi. At that time, Dr. Sebi had just actually transitioned. So we went down there and met the family, and took upon the herbs and learned more about the herbs, which got me more into it. And just being down there, seeing how the Black people down there live was completely amazing, because they have less than what we have here in America, but they go day to day and they live as if they're rich and they're in better health. Just much more happier. So that gave me a different appreciation of life being here in America. So upon doing that, we got into the cannabis and started going to these different 420 friendly states and learning about the cannabis and the CBD. And once I learned about it, I realized it was almost what we would call a miracle drug. And I'll start researching. They had a lot of laws that were just keeping us from it. So the more I researched and found out how good that the CBD was, it pretty much struck my interest that this is a great herb, but the government don't want people to know about it because, once again, it goes into politics. It messes with the pharmaceutical company and their money. So after doing that, we started doing a lot of research. So we created Houston CBD, because once we started taking the products, we were seeing the benefits that we was getting from it. And just in a nutshell, my girl, she was probably on like 8 to 10 different medications. She's probably on one right now, if that, only because the benefits of CBD, as well as myself. All that other stuff really don't take no more. CBD has pretty much been the help for me. So with that being said, that's how we started CBD, Houston CBD. And what I think is so important is I was going through the transition of learning cannabis that brought me to CBD. When I was learning cannabis, I was realizing a lot of our people were just smoking and taking things. Right. And they didn't have no clue what they was taking. So it made me that more interested to learn about it. And once I started learning about it, I realized there's some good and bad things when it comes to cannabis. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can hurt yourself. So that's how we came up with Houston CBD. And that's how me and Ryan ended up meeting, because he's been helping me pretty much escalate my business, and I thank him for that.
Absolutely. So again, if you're just joining, we're talking to Leotis Hightower. He is the owner of Houston CBD. I see a few people coming on. Do me a favor, type some comments down, some likes down, some hearts up. Please share this out. We're talking about an industry that we all need to be in. You know, a lot of people are making a lot of money in this industry. And of course, like many other industries in the country and in the world, we are underrepresented. So we need folks in there because a lot of us done been locked up, got friends, cousins that have been locked up for this. And now 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, people are making a lot of money in this industry and they're trying to shut us out. But at the same time, you know, years ago, they're trying to lock us up. So, you know, I love everything you said. I love, you know, you talking about your entrepreneur journey. So just for people that don't know, because I'm still not all the way clear on it, what exactly is the difference between like CBD and like cannabis or weed or cannabis products, stuff like that?
But that's a great question. That's a great question. And I'm gonna go back to what you were saying about the locking us up. That's another thing that's dear to my heart that hurts me. But cannabis and CBD is two different things.
Mhm.
Cannabis is pretty much marijuana. It gives you the cycle effect. So if you want that mind to start stimulating and getting that different cycle effect, that's cannabis. CBD is more of a medicinal, where it pretty much works on a cellular level with the body. So you're not gonna get a mental high from the CBD. You'll get more of a body high if you get a high. And that's the difference. And usually with CBD and hemp, it comes with 0.3%. But once again, there's varieties with that because you can grow a CBD plant that has a little THC in it. Just depends. But depends on the state you're in. A lot of that stuff is illegal. Some of the states, it's only a couple states that allow you to grow CBD plants with THC in it. So the difference is I tell people, see, cannabis is gonna get you high, give you the cycle effect. CBD is not gonna do that. It's gonna pretty much work on the body level. And the good thing about it is, for people that has anxiety, insomnia, inflammation, it's been known to help them. Okay. Now inside this business, because it's not FDA regulated and approved, we can't tell you that it treats or cure anything. So a lot of things that I speak of my own experience as well as other people's experience. What my brother said earlier, that's another thing that caught my attention as me and my girl was going around the country learning about this. It's the other, just to be direct, a lot of white folks who's in this industry, okay? And they're making lots of money. So as he said, we're underrepresented. Yes, we're underrepresented. And it just makes me think and look at the stats. A lot of our people have been locked up for this. And now they're making billions of dollars off this herb. And this is not a chemical formula drug. It's a herb that they have pretty much enslaved a lot of our people in for taking it. A lot of our people was taking it pretty much for health reasons. So now they're promoting it for health reasons, but we got people that's locked up for taking some that's for health reasons. But you look at the cocaine, the heroin, all that, that's chemically made, man-made. We're talking about something that came from the earth that they're locking you up for taking as well as transporting it, however they want to call it. And that's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. So yeah, thank you for that clarity. Because at first, you know, when I heard like CBD, I'm thinking it's the same thing. You get some CBD oil, you get some edibles and stuff like that. Like it's just like taking, you know, a regular edible and you're gonna be high and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much for that clarity. So you know, the other question I have is for someone that may be interested in getting into the industry or you know getting into CBD or just in this whole industry as a whole, but they don't know anything. They don't know any, you know, they don't have any connections. It seems so overwhelming. People making a lot of money. I know it's probably a lot of money just to get invested in it, just to actually, you know, get your feet wet in this industry. So like for the person that's starting out, like what are some of the first steps if you do want to get into this industry?
Some of the first steps, and that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that because it can be overwhelming, but once you just break it down between the CBD and the cannabis, it becomes easy. First of all, find out if your state is legal. Now, you got the federal law and you got the state law. And that's the issue that's going back and forth between federal and state. Here in the state of Texas, I help actually fight for some of the legislation here. CBD is legal here, but you have to read the rules. Okay, cultivation is not legal, so you can't grow any CBD plants here, but you can retail CBD. You can use CBD. Even retailing, you got to look at the laws as well. So as far as getting in the industry is not hard. Just look at your state. Even in your state, there's still some other things you can do. So for example, the class that I teach a free class. First of all, the first class I teach is everything you want to know about marijuana. It's a basic class. It's a class I wanted to teach because I realized a lot of our people were just ignorant when it came to marijuana. Now, with marijuana, you got to realize you got 3 different strains, okay? You got a hybrid strain, which is a mixture of a sativa and indica. You got a sativa and you got an indica. So with a sativa, that's known to get you more of a euphoric high. Okay, it's known to keep you up and just keep you somewhat, jolted. My indica, which is known as indica, is known to pretty much make you very mellow and pretty much relaxed. A lot of people prefer the indicas because it helps them with sleep, it helps them with pain, and just gives them that, what I would call a sluggish, mellow feeling. And then you got what's called the hybrid. Usually the hybrids are mixed with two different strains. It can be two indicas, or it can be an indica and a sativa. So it's very important to know that. And you probably say, why is he telling me all this? I'm not trying to, be too educational about it, but it's very important because a lot of our young adults and teenagers is smoking marijuana. Now, I'm an advocate for it, but once again, you got to be responsible. So if you're smoking an indica and you're trying to maintain a 9-to-5 job and you're going to this job and you can't get nothing accomplished because you're sluggish or you're forgetting things, it's because you're probably smoking the wrong strain and you probably shouldn't be smoking that strain during that time. As I stated, I'm an advocate for it. So when me and my girl went to the Capitol early this year, it was probably about 500 people up there. And out of the 500 people amongst the state of Texas, and Texas is a big state, it probably about 30 of us Black people there. So that's less than 10%. That's probably about 5%, if not less than 5%. So we up there fighting for legislation and trying to get the laws changed. And a lot of these laws are affecting us. And it's not affecting those other people that's in there just to make money. And that's why I did the free class, because I wanted our people to be educated about the benefits and the disadvantages of marijuana. So if you go to Houston CBD and sign up, I might send you a free PDF on the marijuana that talks about it, because I advocate and I think it's a great drug. But once again, if it's not legal in your state, you got to be very careful. And at the same time, a lot of people that I know, they prefer to use it and they do better versus taking these opioid drugs. And I'm not a doctor, so once again, that's my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an accountant. I'm speaking from personal and other people's experience. They do much better on CBD and cannabis than they do on these other drugs. Now, if you got people in your family, look at some of the medications they're on. If they're on some of these psych medications, look at how they act. For example, my mom, she was on some of the psych meds and just sitting there, just like a zombie. These people really can't communicate, really are not productive because it's the medication. But then you compare somebody else that's on cannabis or CBD, they're able to function. But once again, it just depends on how you're taking it. But again, this industry, the cannabis is completely different. Okay, you got to know the laws. I had someone from Oklahoma City call me because they want to get into the industry. Now, for example, in Texas, the state of Texas is very political. Last year, they opened up the licensing where you can get a license. But it's not legal in the state of Texas, first of all. But they opened up the license, but they opened it up for one day.
Wow.
So who you think found out about that?
Not us.
Okay, not us. Very few people. Okay, so those people that found out about it when it opened up that one day was able to get licensed, and those are people that pretty much that are retailing today. Last month, in the month of October, they opened up license so you can retail CBD in a brick and mortar store. Well, they only opened it up for 10 days. And then they closed it out with no explanation why they closed it out. So once again, it goes back to the laws. You can get into it. So at Houston CBD, what I do, I teach people how to start their online CBD store versus a brick and mortar. With a brick and mortar, you got to get licensed. Some of the license, for example, I just found out one of the licenses in Texas that a person got was like $300,000 for the license. That's just for the license. So most people I know is not sitting on $300,000 just for a license, okay?
Right.
We talking about just for a license. We ain't talking about the product. We ain't talking about the brick and mortar store. We ain't talking about the insurance. We talking about just for a license. So with my school that I teach you how to get in the retail and CBD, okay? The good thing about my school is I teach you pretty much from the groundwork, everything about the drug, okay? I wouldn't say drug, about the herb, because it's pretty much just a herb. I teach about the lab reports. That's another thing. A lot of people are going into these stores and just buying things, but you don't know what's in it. Everything that I retail, I have a lab report on it. So you can pull up what's in that you're ingesting, what you're taking. That's to cover me as well as to cover you. But a lot of people can't produce you a lab report. Okay. So pretty much the class that I'm teaching is only $97 for right now. $97. Once again, I got the free class, but the $97 course It's going to teach you how to set up your business, go teach you how to find your customers. It's going to teach you how to set your pricing. And at the end, you pretty much, if you want to, you can purchase the products from me and have your store up and running.
Mm.
If you don't want to go to me, I have another program set up where you can just go into a turnkey MLM if you chose that.
Mm.
I'm kind of biased towards MLM. It helped me a lot because I used to be a distributor for Herbalife. So because of Herbalife, I learned a lot of stuff for our sell techniques. But when it comes to MLM, you know, it goes back to just the profit margin becomes smaller versus if you're an entrepreneur like Ryan and myself, the profit margins are much bigger. So once you leave my school, you pretty much have your products, you have your website, all that stuff is set.
Absolutely. So if you're just joining, I'm talking to Leotis Hightower. He is the owner of Houston CBD. And I'm glad that you said that because at the end of the day, profit over everything. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much revenue you have. I don't care about how much gross income you have. At the end of the day, it's all about profit. Profit is what you actually make. Profit is what you have in your pocket. You know what I mean? So that's just something to always keep in mind as a business owner, entrepreneur. Profit over everything. You see some of, so many of these companies out here, these startups, whether it's Uber, whether it's, so many other different companies where, you know the name, you know the brand, you know the product, you know the service, but behind the scenes, when you look at the bottom line, a lot of these companies are in the red. A lot of these companies are not profitable.
Yeah.
So that's just something to always keep in mind when you're running a business or you are an entrepreneur. So the next thing I just want to shift gears a little bit. Talk about a little bit more in depth on why you wanted to become an entrepreneur. Have you always been an entrepreneur? Are you one of those kids that, used to cut grass and shovel snow and sell candy? Was it something that came, later on in life? What was that, process like of wanting to become an entrepreneur? Because, as we know, being an entrepreneur requires a different type of mindset, a different type of skill set. A lot of risk is involved, a lot of hope, a lot of dreams, a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, and it's definitely not for everyone. So, just go a little bit more in what your journey was like.
Man, that's great. That's fascinating because I told you I did almost 2 decades in the military. So because of that, I was accustomed to working for someone else, accustomed to people giving me orders and telling me what to do. And even in the military, I made it through almost 2 decades, but I wasn't always good at taking orders, definitely from people that wasn't, had less common sense to me. I wasn't as smart as me. So as I grew up in the ranks, man, I can't wait to get out because it's hard actually taking orders from people and don't have half the knowledge you have. So since I've been out, as I told you, it's been a challenge for me to pretty much get suitable employment. When I say suitable employment, I can go to work if I want to, but I know what I'm worth, okay?
Right.
Based off the 20 years of medical experience I have, because not only the medical experience, I was an EMT. I worked several level 2 emergency rooms. I was a supervisor and the healthcare administrator among internal medicine clinic, pediatric clinics, urgent care clinics. Had more than probably 15 nurse practitioners, doctors working for me, nurses, administrative staff, all that. So upon coming out, most of them were saying I didn't have the experience. So they wanted me to start at the bottom. And starting at the bottom was $36,000 to probably $48,000. And I just couldn't do it. It was more of a pride thing for me, okay? Versus I've seen some of my counterparts who don't even have the education that I have, don't even have the experience, and they're making 60 to 6 figures easily. So because of that, it kind of stirred me into the entrepreneurship, as well as I told you I used to sell Herbalife. So I had a different mindset. Now, with that being said, as Ron asked me, you do have to have a different mindset to be an entrepreneur. So, for example, with my notary, I can go do a job, and depends on what the job. My minimum job is usually $45, and that's been very modest. Most of my jobs are more than that. So if I go do a job, a notary job, just say, for example, I'm going to do a will. I usually charge about $90 to $150 to do a will. It only takes me 30 minutes to do a will. I started looking at the numbers. I'm like, okay, if I'm doing 3 or 4 jobs a day, and I don't always get 3 or 4 jobs a day, just FYI, okay? But I'm just looking at how much I'm getting paid an hour. I'm getting paid almost $100 an hour. Then I'm coming back home doing what I want to do.
Exactly.
So I'll start looking at my time. I value my time more.
I hope y'all caught that. Everybody that's watching, all the people that are going to watch this on the replay, I hope y'all just caught what he just said. For real. I hope y'all caught that.
It's crazy because I heard, you probably heard, not heard, I thought it was a cliche. Oprah Winfrey, all of them say that, time is money. You can't get back your time, enjoy your time, and do what makes you happy. Find something, and once you find something, it's not a job. So like what I'm doing with Ryan right now and my CBD business is not a job, but it really is behind the scenes. Y'all don't see all the work that's behind the scenes, but it don't bother me because I'm loving what I'm doing. So a lot of times I'm behind this computer, sometimes 12 hours days, 12 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Do I like it? No, but at the same time, it's not a job. It's something that I enjoy doing. So when I start making money, when I do make money, the time just don't equate. Okay. Right. If I can get a car probably right now and go do a job making easily, like I said, $100. It takes some people, if they're getting paid, we just say $20 an hour, and a lot of people don't get paid $20 an hour. It's taking them almost 5 hours to make that.
Right.
And you still got to drive through traffic. You still got to deal with people's personality. You still got to deal with other BS that I don't have to deal with. So because of that, my stress level is a little different, and my tolerance level is a little different too. That's the benefit of being an entrepreneur. And that's what pretty much steered me to being an entrepreneur. And at the same time, I do a lot of travel. I'm able to travel because of that. Now, if I was working a 9 to 5, I got to get permission from the boss. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they let me off so I can go travel. Hopefully I got the time. I don't have to deal with that no more. And I deal with that in the military where I have to get permission just to go home to see my family. So it goes back to the mindset that Ryan stated. But it's a lot of hard work. But anybody can do it. You can do it. You can do it. It's nothing hard about it. It's a mindset. And as entrepreneurs, we have a different mindset. Like, for example, money. My money is spent a little different because it goes into my business. And sometimes I don't see that money back until later on down the road. But once again, you have to look at the formula and the plan. You got to sacrifice a lot to get back at the end. And a lot of people don't see the sacrifice. Even y'all probably don't see what Ryan do, but it's a lot of sacrifice. And when we go to these conferences, that's another thing. Don't mean to jump subject, but you got to be willing to invest in yourself and in your business. I would say in the last couple of months, I probably done spent easily $3,000 or $4,000, easily, probably more than that. And I'm being modest with the numbers, just investing in myself and in my business. Right. But at the back end is always a return as far as the people, the connections, and what you don't know, you just don't know. So when it comes to like taking my class, you go learn a lot of things that I've learned that I had to pay for, and I lost money learning this stuff that you want to worry about. Even with real estate, I got a friend that's trying to get into real estate, and I'm telling him, take a real estate course, invest in the course. Right. And his thing is, hey, I'm learning it from you. I'm learning it from Facebook. I'm learning it from YouTube. Hey, you all this stuff you can't learn on the internet. Now, the internet is a great tool, but some things you really have to get it in person. And it's really hard to explain. So that goes back to just investing, going to these conferences. Like I went to the All Black National Convention that Dr. Boyce Watkins put on. Stuff like that, it would probably cost me another couple of years and thousands of dollars to get some of the information I got from those 3 days. Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So guys, if you're just joining, we're talking to Leotis Hightower. He is the CEO of Houston CBD. So I see Vincent down in the comments. He said, exactly, when I wake up at 2 a.m., I'm working. There is no 9 to 5. So yes, we love that. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs, all the hustlers, all the grinders, all the people trying to build 5, 6, 7, 8-figure, 9-figure companies. Shout out to my man, Andre C. Hatchett from the Notary Business School.
Yes.
So definitely got to shout Brother Dre out. Notary Business School. You can go to notarybusinessschool.com. If you want to enroll, if you want to be your own boss, go to notarybusinessschool.com. And also, before we move forward, let's drop the link down. If people want to get into your school, you can drop the link down, or I can drop it down. Put that down in the chat. So if you do want to start learning from my man, you can sign up for his courses, for his program. If you are interested in CBD industry, if you want to start your own online store, you don't have to have brick and mortar. You don't have to go through the gatekeepers and the middlemen and the higher ups. That is why you need to leverage the internet. Everybody that's watching this video, that's going to watch this video, ask yourself, are you utilizing the internet to make money? Are you utilizing the internet to make money? If your answer is no, I'm going to seriously ask you, do you not like money? Do you not like money? Now listen, if you don't like money, that's perfectly fine. you know, you have my permission to go to another platform, another channel. That does not mean everything I do is about money. That does not mean I worship money. But at the same time, I recognize the power that money has, that you can use money as a tool to go change the world, as a tool to help other people, as a tool to provide resources and a lot of other things for other people who do not have it. So that is why I want money. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire because I know that tool can help me change the world. That tool can help people that come from communities that a lot of us come from where they don't have the economic resources. We don't have to depend on someone else. We don't got to depend on a politician. We don't got to worry about Trump's in the White House. Trump doesn't bother me. I am not a Trump supporter. I am not a Trump fan. I am not a Republican. But at the same time, Trump does not affect me. Like Leotis just said, you know, it may take him 30 minutes to make $100. So he's talking about maybe I'll make $100 an hour, but he may make $100 in half an hour. Trump's not coming to stop that. So, and I love what you said as well. Sorry, as I go on this little tangent. I love what you said as well as, you know, a lot of people have to do a lot more work for that because I look at my own situation and I say, like, I used to make about 1,200 every 2 weeks. So that's about 100, 125, not even really 150 a day for having to go an hour drive to work 8 hours, and come an hour drive home to make about 100, 125, 150 bucks a day. It's been days when I'd have made 10 times that in a day.
Wow.
You know, I used to make 20, 21, $22 an hour. I'm not even going to tell y'all what I've made in an hour before. It's 4 figures. It's not even 3 figures. It's 4 figures. I've made 4 figures in an hour before. I'm not just saying that to brag. I'm just saying you have to recognize all the possibilities that exist out here. It's all about the opportunity cost. You may say, you know, I don't want to leave my 50, 60, $100,000 a year job, but at the same time, you're capped. You don't know that you could make 20, 30,000, maybe 50, 100,000. I know people that make $100,000, $200,000 a month. So it's all about that mindset. You know, sorry I had to go on a little tangent like that.
No, man, actually, I'm glad you said that because you're right. It is about the mindset. And even those that's working 9 to 5, you know, I'm blessed in that area because I have supplemental income coming in, so I can do a little bit more. But I even tell people that got to 9 to 5, when you get off, dedicate at least 2 to 3 hours to your business. We also actually have another business I didn't really talk about, which is called Stitch Lux. My girl and I came up with this business where pretty much she makes a lot of amazing custom jewelry, okay, as well as we got our own hairline. So with the hairline, pretty much she did all the research because we got tired of seeing these brick and mortar shops here that was selling this hair and the hair wasn't quality. So she's been able to finagle it and got some great quality hair that come directly from India. It's human hair. And we've been actually trying to get other people into the business. And we actually go do a school to teach people how to do that. But on the flip side, to help kids that's in college, we have an ambassador program where pretty much if they refer so many people, they get so many bundles back. But Stitch Lux, that's pretty much the organization that we use with that. But the bracelets, once again, she'll be teaching a class soon on how to make the bracelets. And I don't have, matter of fact, there you go right here. We make money just off of bracelets. And these is precious stones. This is a tiger eye. Actually, both of them are tiger eye. But when you see the cost to make them versus the cost of profit, these bracelets here, they can go as much as $65. But at Stitch Lux, we sell them for, I think this one may be $25, $30. But that's just another industry. You can do this as soon as you get home. Make you a couple bracelets and pop up at a shop and just start vending. It just income. There's so many different ways that you can make income. And when you start networking with people such as Ryan, myself, and other people, there's other opportunities that come involved, you know. I never would think that I would have my own notary company, let alone be talking to this guy, doing an interview, talking about my business, as well as doing Houston CBD and just networking with people across the country in regards to my business. Never thought. But once again, that's just me taking that opportunity, taking that step and investing in myself. And it's a sacrifice. Once again, it's a mentality. You got to change your mentality. So a lot of times I have to focus, you know, how I'm gonna spend my money. I probably can't travel this month, probably can't do this month because it's going towards a business.
Absolutely. So guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Leotis Hightower. He is the owner of Houston CBD. So Vincent says, I have taken courses from Dr. Boyce Watkins and Lene Javette. Shout out to them, all Black owned businesses. I've taken courses from them in the past as well. He says, say it, you put in that work. Yeah, Vincent. Yep, absolutely. So again, give everybody your website again. So if they do want to go and sign up for your course, they have the ability to do that. Give everybody your website again, and or I can type it in the chat.
It's in the chat, but you can go to Houston CBD. That's Houston with a S, CBD.com. Houston with a S, CBD.com. If you're interested in some jewelry, as well as, matter of fact, we got another product coming out, which people that have locks for your natural hair. StitchLuxEXT.com. You can go there, www.stitchluxext.com. And at the very bare minimum, at least go to Houston CBD and sign up, and I'll at least send you a free PDF so you would know about CBD as well as marijuana. And I'll invite you to the free class of the marijuana just for free at the bare minimum. That's what I'm willing to do and want to do. And as Ryan said earlier, it's not even the money is part of it, but it's not about the money. If it was about the money, I wouldn't even be doing nothing free. Okay. So all of it's not about the money. And the thing about me and my CBD is I love educating people. And what got me into the education part was I was spending so much time educating people on CBD and marijuana that it was just taking up so much of my time. So I pretty much had to come up with a class, which is what I have now. And the free class is what I give out. And then the CBD class, if you want to learn how to start your business, like I said, that one is $97, but there's only so much you can give away for free when your time is constantly being consumed.
Right.
And everybody else is on the stage making thousands of dollars teaching this. And I just want people to be informed, because I ain't gonna call it a miracle drug because it's been around thousands of years. And what y'all don't realize is they talking about CBD, but they gonna start talking about CBG, CBN, all this other stuff that they ain't even talked about yet. And it's pretty much basic herbs, you know. Right now, as you probably see, I'm burning my sage. All this stuff is basic stuff. And all the thing they're doing is just putting it in the bottle and marketing, but you still need to know the benefits of it and how you can utilize it and make money. And not to go on a tangent myself, but as great Dr. Frazier stated, even if you put in some such as cow manure in a bag and putting a stamp on it and selling it, you still can make money.
Right.
As
No
Dr. Boyd
excuses.
stated. What's that?
So there's no excuses.
No excuse. Even Dr. Boyd say, just find a need. And that's what I'm now training my mind for as an entrepreneur, is just finding needs. Find out where your need is in your community and just fulfill that need. Dr. Boyd made a great analogy when we met him last month. He like, if I was in this hotel right now and all the power went off, it wouldn't no AC. What I would do, I would just go get bottles of water and put them on coolers and start selling bottles of water.
Right.
Why? Because they would need it.
Right.
I'm like, wow, that's pretty much ingenious, but it's simple. Just gotta find the need. And then from the need, that's where you start meeting people like Ryan that will show you how to market that and put that out. Because there's a lot behind the scenes, like I said, you don't see, but you just got to get started. And anybody can do it. You can do it.
Absolutely. So Vincent says, so I started designing keychains. The startup is cheap. He said, please post the jewelry site. So put the jewelry site down there. He said we have to get land for hemp farms. Yes, absolutely. So just a couple more questions, and I'll let you get back to your very busy day. I feel like we could literally talk for hours, about this stuff.
Yes.
Great information. I'm definitely gonna bring you back so we can, have a longer and deeper discussion. But one of the last, couple questions, and you talked about it a little bit. Can you really stress the importance of coaching? You know what I mean? Like business coaching and investing in coaching. Because I think it was on one of the posts that I said, and I was like, how much do you spend on coaching? I forget the number you said, but I was like, you need to do more. And it's like everybody, no matter how much you're doing, anybody's going to tell you need to do more. I know people that literally spend $50,000 to $100,000 a year on coaching, and they're like, man, I need to do more. I feel like I need to do more. Like me personally, I spend more on coaching a month than the average person spends on rent. Like seriously, like no fabrication. So just talk about the importance of investing in coaching, just business coaching, going to, conferences, going to trainings, online, offline, reading books. Like, cause I think that's something in business that a lot of people don't necessarily fully grasp. You know what I mean? Like, and also like you need to be coachable. You need to, understand if someone is giving you feedback or constructive criticism, it's not about taking it personal. It's not about someone trying to badmouth you. You know what I mean? But I just think it's a lot of people that just really underestimate the value of coaching, how much you need to spend. Like you say, it's not just about, it's okay to go on YouTube and Facebook and watch some free videos, but at some point you're going to have to invest. You cannot build an empire off free stuff. So just talk about a little bit like the importance of like business coaching and just investing in, like you said, that money might not come right back. It might not come back in the first week, month, 6 months, year, but you know at some point it's going to come back. But at the end of the day, you got to make the investment.
Woo! Let me tell you about coaching. As I told you all, I was a notary. And matter of fact, let me tell you how I became a notary. I was doing a refinance, and this lady came to my house, and I asked, I said, "How did you get into refinancing?" She said, "I'm a notary, and I do it in between." Actually, she was really doing it in between because she actually was a probation officer that was leaving a job doing notary work. It was like in the daytime. I'm like, okay, cool. I said, "How did you find out about it?" She said, "I was listening to these white women that was talking about making extra income, and I overheard them talking about being a notary." So, okay, I said, "You think you can help me out?" So she's like, "Yeah, I coach you and everything." Well, she got me into the field. As far as coaching, she didn't coach me at all whatsoever. Everything I learned from trial and error. Okay, trial and error. So I was going to people's house, for example, doing refinancing. I only have to go back there later on to do the paperwork all over again. Now, that's very frustrating when someone is taking off an hour off their job to do some paperwork, for them to only have to come back and do it again because you messed up. Now, when I met Brother Andre, I realized he was making double than what I was making. I'm like, how is this dude making all his money and I'm not making it, and we're doing the same thing? So I decided to take his class. Now I spent, I think, between $150 to $400 on this class. And once again, it was an investment that I didn't want to spend, but I'm like, okay, if he's making double the money, I should be to make double the money as well. Well, when I signed up for his class, I got more than what I was expecting. I was able to learn my value as a notary. And a lot of notaries don't know that value. So when they see me, like, do notaries really make money? Yeah, we make money.
Yeah, right.
He only charging this. No, that's you charging that. You don't know what you can charge because you don't know your worth. So taking out Brother Andre's course, I realized what my worth was, as well as I realized I can start a notary company. So that came from coaching. Well, fast forward to 2 years later, Brother Ryan had posted something on Facebook. It was a small message to saying pretty much how much are you investing yourself in coaching? And I thought about that. And I said, dang, I think I invested probably about $500 this month. No, this year was this year. And he replied back, that's not enough, which was a bait. He pretty much baited me in. I guess socially and emotionally, he baited me in. So I'm like, what you mean it's not not that much? He said, you need to do more. I said, so what do you recommend? So because of that, he ended up doing a free consultation and telling me how he can help me with the business. So when I took his course and started, matter of fact, he's been coaching me for the last 3 months. I've learned so much from him in the last 3 months that I probably didn't save myself thousands of dollars. So for example, Brother Ryan teaches you how to do funnels. When I did my funnel, I actually had my web designer do something. He's like, who did this for you? I said, I did it myself. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was paying him to do something back then
Right.
that, I really didn't need him to do no more.
Right.
So he felt like his job was in jeopardy. His job is not in jeopardy, but his job is somewhat in jeopardy, okay? Only because he still knows things that I don't know.
Right.
So because of that coaching, Ron was able to show me how to do that, which once again saved me a lot of money. Now, because of the coaching actually opened up other doors for me. Okay, actually, as it expanded my business, it also expanded me reaching out to different people and learning about different things. And I took a real estate course early this year, another real estate course. And it goes back to coaching. You constantly got to stay on top of things. I took another real estate course because the market changes all the time. So when I took this real estate course, I realized the guy stated, what you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
And what you don't know, you can lose a lot of money out on. So my other friend that was asking me about real estate, I was telling him, take the class because what you don't know, you can lose a lot of money. And I'm not in the business of losing. I don't got money to lose, first of all, okay? I'm in the business of making money. So that's where coaching comes in at. And once you learn the coaching, there's a lot of things that's going to save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of money. For example, like my CBD school, I spent thousands of dollars traveling the country, meeting people, trying different products. Because of that, you pretty much will not have to worry about making some of the mistakes that I've made because I already spent the money learning it. So that goes back to investing in yourself. So if I spent $10,000 learning how to open up a CBD store or how to learn CBD, and you're spending $97, you got to look at it. $97 ain't nothing because you're not gonna make some of the mistakes. You probably gonna make some mistakes, but not some of the costly mistakes that I've made.
Right.
Now you can go on YouTube and type and learn all this and that. If you don't know how to look at the market, you don't know how to look into the industry, don't know what to look for, you just won't know because things constantly change. So coaching is very, very important. One of my mentors, Dr. Frazier, he had made a comment. He said, I spend $10,000 a year on self-development.
Mm.
And I may be very conservative, that number, maybe more. I'm like, $10,000, God damn. But once again, you got to look at it. If he spent $10,000, even he either saved himself $10,000 worth of BS,
right,
or he's making probably 10 times amount than that.
Right.
And that's where coaching comes in. So I would highly recommend getting you a coach, learning. Don't try to do everything on your own. That's what I did for the last couple of years, trying to learn a lot of things on my own, and that's been costing me time and money. And the student, the person that said something about getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's something that I'm now learning. I'm trying to learn how to manage my day to day. So when you become an entrepreneur, the mindset got to change. You know,
Right.
so I'm working on myself, getting up in the morning, just doing a schedule like I'm going to work. Because right now I'm working throughout the day sporadically, and got like 4 or 5 projects going on. So that's something that I'm working on within myself, and that goes with coaching as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think, a lot of it depends on like what your goal is. You know what I mean? Because like, a lot of people will come to me and, want me to coach them, or they'll ask how much, should I be spending on coaching? And, like I said, a lot of it comes to what your goal is. Like, what is your goal as a company? Do you want to have a business that's just like a side hustle that, you can do on the weekends or when you get off and you're happy you're 9 to 5? That's okay. Or do you want a business that's 6, 7, 8 figures, a business that is really sustainable, a business that you can really build a full-time income from, that you can really feed your family from, you know what I mean? So if that is your goal, you won't have to spend a lot of money on coaching. So, that's just my 2 cents. Coaching has definitely helped me dramatically, exponentially, just investing in coaching. And I'm still like, I need to do more. I need to try to get in, more programs, more trainings, online, offline, more conferences, more books, go on Amazon, more books, stuff like that. So, I highly recommend investing in a coach. And, it don't got to be me. It don't got to be anybody we know. But just make sure you get a good coach and someone that is the truth, someone that will get results. So,
in regards to that, let me share something with you, man, because a friend of mine, my friend and business partner, just came from California. I'm not going to throw a plug out there, but he was at somebody's conference. But this person is what I would call a life coach, okay? You got the big time entertainers that still paying for coaching. Matter of fact,
absolutely.
She had said Steve Harvey paid her $250,000 to be her coach. She was pretty much a coach for him for $250,000. A lot of the people, Dr. Boyce Watkins, everybody still got coaching. They still paying for self-development. It never stops. It never stops. Find some of the best people that you probably admire and find out who their coach is and find out how much you're spending. Even Oprah. Yeah. All these people got, matter of fact, I think Oprah probably got about 10 different coaches.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's great information. So I hope y'all taking notes. I hope you got some value out of this. If you did, please share this with family and friends. Put some likes up, put some hearts up, put some comments down. If you watch this on replay, again, type replay down, type your name, where you're from. If you are an entrepreneur, please feel free to type your website down. I'll take a look. I'll give you some feedback, how to tighten it up. Maybe consider getting a funnel or landing page, something like that. So you know what I mean? It's pretty much it for today, guys. Again, if you have any other questions, please type them down. Also go to HoustonCBD.com. That's HoustonCBD.com. You can get in my brother's course. You can learn more about it. You can learn from him as an entrepreneur, learn from his journey, and really make an impact in your life so you can really scale your company and really do amazing things. So I'll let you get the last word. Thank you so much for coming on to the platform. Thank you so much for sharing this great information to the people. He literally dropped bombs and nuggets. I hope y'all picked them up. I hope y'all scooped it up. You may need to go back and watch this again because he dropped a lot of nuggets for y'all. Make sure you're investing in coaching. Make sure you invest in yourself. Take us out with the last word.
Man, first of all, I want to tell you, thank you so much for bringing me on. And thank you very much. And I want to thank you all for watching. But once again, I want to tell you all, anybody can do this. You can do it. Don't whatever your dream is, go for your dreams. Okay. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. work on it. It may require 1 or 2 hours a day. It may require reaching out to someone. We all don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. But I'm still searching. Because I'm searching, I'm finding so many doors is opening up, but you can do it. And I'm here. If anything I can do to help you, I will help you. But there's only so much I can do, because once again, I'm running my business, but I'm always willing to share and help people. So just thank you for taking out your time to even listen to me. And I greatly appreciate it. And go to HoustonCBD.com. That's Houston with an S, CBD.com. I go to StitchLuxEXT.com. And thank you very much, you all, and nothing but peace and blessings.
Okay. All right. Y'all have a great evening.